Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Okay, so I've been doing a few videos talking about this indicator here. At the moment it's called the SWC QR Oscillator. It might change though. Now this unfortunately at the moment is hidden, which effectively means that it's been banned. Now I've got a message here from Pine Coders saying that I've been banned for violating the house rules on script publishing. Okay, so this is actually correct, I think, and I'll show you why and I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. Okay, so here it talks about the originality and usefulness of the script. Okay, it says to avoid rehashing open source code, which I suppose is effectively what I did. The only thing is the original code doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so there's that to address. The description, it wanted it to be more meaningful, more descript. I thought it was pretty good, to be honest, but there are some things I didn't mention, and also I think it could probably do with more of an explanation of how it works and why it works and how you can use it, and maybe I should sort of describe some strategies here in the description about how to use it. It also says, you know, don't rely on users just to look at your code and try and work out what it does, so that's fair enough as well. The chart did actually have, as well as the QR oscillator, it did actually have Stonksy on the background there. Now I think they objected to that because it's going to confuse people who don't know what that is. So those are the things I need to fix. The description I can fix, no problem at all. The screenshot, of course, I can fix that too. The usefulness and originality of the script. What I decided to do was talk to my friend, who I need to give a name to, Mr. S, let's call him Mr. S, and decide if we think it's worth rewriting the actual indicator from pretty much from scratch to do exactly what I want it to do. At the moment, I think these red crosses are a little bit confusing, although I can see why they're so useful. The arrows for the super up and super down indicator isn't working. I also think the alert messages are a little bit confusing as well. So all those things can get fixed. Now, of course, that does mean that I need to remunerate Mr. S somehow. So I do have a larger plan, which would be to have this as part of a trading strategy, a trading system, if you like, which I suppose could eventually be automated to some extent, maybe even with a bot or even a bot doing a copy trade on an exchange. So that is the ultimate plan, and that way Mr. S can get paid for his time and work involved in the project. I think it's worth doing now. I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be great to have something that we can use. And my plan is probably to offer it for free for anybody using one of my exchange links, which, by the way, you can find in the description down below. So there's a bit more work to do than I originally planned, and it's going to take a little while, but I do think it will be worth it in the long run. Now, the reason I'm so keen on getting this indicator working and getting it to be part of my strategy is because I think it's really good. Now, this morning, we got a signal that is one of the strongest signals you can get from the indicator. Now, unfortunately, this is one of the things that isn't actually working on the actual chart itself. It's this one called Super Up. I've got an alert set, and this alert triggered this morning at 10:39. And I put this green vertical line here at 10:39 to show you where it triggered. Okay, so at this point, what it was saying is that all four stochastics, that's these wiggly red, blue, yellow and green lines, all four of these stochastics, let me just expand that, all four of these stochastics were below this 20% line, and they were all pointing upwards, which is a strong bullish sign. Now, in addition, once that had happened, we were getting these red crosses here as well. The red cross is part of what's called an ABCD pattern recognition, which means that the price still wants to go down. So at this point here, even though you got the super signal up, the best thing to do would have been to hang fire a little bit and wait till these red crosses stopped appearing. Now at this point you might have chosen to go long, and part of the reason for that is this green line here, which is where bullish divergence had been detected on this green stochastic here. So basically anywhere from about here you could have considered going long. Now that would have given an increase of 0.24%. So let's say you were trading that on 10x leverage, that would be 2.4%. If you'd have been fairly bold about it and kept it going until now, you would be up 0.57%. So once again, if you did 10x leverage, you could have made 5.7% in 45 minutes. Now, bearing in mind at the moment, the whole sentiment with Bitcoin is very, very negative. People are expecting much, much lower prices. I kind of agree as well, but it doesn't stop you being able to do little long scalps or even short scalps meanwhile, while the price is deciding what to do. We all know things are going to go crazy on Wednesday, on April the 2nd, when the Trump tariffs come into play. So between now and then, there's going to be a lot of volatility. So really, these are very difficult times to trade. But if you can predict a movement like that, that is fantastic, isn't it? So my thinking is, if we combine that with the moving averages that I always use as well, you would be able to see here that even on the 1 minute time frame, you would know at this point when the green was above the yellow, so the 55 EMA is above the 21 EMA, you would know at that point I'm still thinking quite bearish until they start to turn up, which would have been around here. And then when they cross like they do here, the yellow goes over the green, that is a bullish sign. So at this point in time, if I'd have gone long back here, I would be quite happy to remain in a long there. And then you know what I do from beyond that is I look at larger time frames like the 3 minute, which looks like it could cross fairly soon as well. And then I would look at the 5 minute and beyond. So you can see how this could become part of like a really powerful strategy, which is the reason I want to get this indicator working properly and formulate a really good strategy using the QR oscillator and the exponential moving averages. Looks good, doesn't it? Now, just before I go, I just want to zoom out to the 7-hour time frame and show you this indicator that I mentioned the other day. This is called Wave Edge. This is by Thomas from Team Underground. I actually bought a lifetime subscription to this one in like 2021, I think it was. And I actually paid quite a lot of money for it. I'm not sure what his deal is nowadays, but anyway, the point is this: on the 7-hour time frame, usually when the price comes down to this green RSI band, it normally goes back up towards the red RSI band. And at the moment, we did, near as damn it, get a touch on this candle here last night. So, despite the sentiment, I actually think we've got a little bit more up and then maybe some down. I still think that. And part of the reason for that as well is to do with this video I put out last night saying that the Chicago Mercantile Exchange closed at 83,980 on Friday. So it is quite likely that we will go back more towards that 84k level before coming down again. So that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And the thing is, these videos I do about indicators, not many people seem to like them. They don't get many views, and Google and YouTube doesn't really want to show them to anyone. So you can really help out by giving the video a great big fat like and leaving a comment down below. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and also check that little notification bell so you've got the notifications on all to show you all my timely updates. And of course, above all, tell your friends.